Why I regret moving into a nursing home. 6 hard truths you must know. I never thought I would regret moving into a nursing home. I believed it would be a place of care, comfort, and community, a place where I'd feel safe. But the truth? It wasn't what I expected. And I wish someone had told me these 6 hard truths before I made the decision. If you or a loved one are thinking about moving into a nursing home, please listen carefully. These truths may be hard to hear, but they could change the way you see things forever. Before we get into it, hit that like button, subscribe, and comment. I deserve the truth. If you believe everyone should know the reality behind nursing homes. Now, let's begin. 1. It never feels like home. I thought I was moving into a place that would feel comfortable, familiar, even cozy. But no matter how much I tried to settle in, it never felt like home. I miss my couch. I miss my kitchen. I miss the smell of coffee brewing in the morning, the sound of my old floorboards creaking, the freedom to walk into my own backyard and feel the sun on my face. Example. Imagine waking up one morning, but instead of the home you've known for years, you're in a room that hundreds of others have lived in before you. Your personal items are limited to a few pictures, a few books, maybe a chair, but it's not yours. And no matter how much you decorate, it still feels like a place you're staying rather than a place you belong. 2. The loneliness is worse than you expect. People assume a nursing home is full of activity, full of friendly faces. But what they don't tell you is that loneliness can feel even stronger in a crowded place. I see people every day, but how many real conversations do I have? How many people actually know me? Staff members come and go, residents keep to themselves, and the family I once saw so often, their visits become fewer and fewer. Example. I remember watching the clock, waiting for my family to visit. They promised they'd come by in the afternoon, but life happens. Work got in the way. A last-minute errand popped up. I'll visit next weekend, they said. But next weekend turned into the next, and suddenly, I was alone with nothing but the sound of the TV and my own thoughts. 3. You lose more independence than you realize. I thought I'd still have some control over my daily life, but I quickly learned that in a nursing home, you live by their rules, not yours. I no longer decided what time I woke up. I no longer had the freedom to eat when I wanted, bathe when I wanted, or even go outside when I wanted. My choices were made for me, and slowly, I felt like I was losing pieces of myself. Example. Imagine wanting to sleep in, but being woken up at 6 a.m. because that's when staff make their rounds. Imagine craving a snack late at night, but the kitchen is closed. Imagine wanting a quiet afternoon, but there's a loud TV playing in the common area. Every little choice you used to make for yourself, gone. For the care is not always what you expect. I was told I would be well taken care of. And while most of the staff do their best, the reality is nursing homes are understaffed and overworked. I've seen people wait for hours just to get help going to the bathroom. I have seen meals served cold because there aren't enough hands in the kitchen. I've seen people sit alone in their wheelchairs for hours, waiting for anyone to talk to them. Example. One day, I wasn't feeling well. I pressed the call button, expecting help within minutes. It took nearly 45 minutes before someone came. Not because they didn't care, but because they had too many people to look after. That's when I realized this isn't personal care, it's system care. 5. The costs add up quickly. Most people think nursing homes are fully covered by insurance, but the truth is, they can drain your savings faster than you realize. At first, the costs seem manageable, but then there are additional charges, extra fees for better meals, for certain medical services, even for personal items. You don't just pay for a room, you pay for every little thing. Example. A friend of mine thought his monthly bill was covered until he got a surprise bill for extra assistance with daily activities. It was hundreds of dollars more than he expected. And once your savings are gone, your options become even more limited. 6. The outside world moves on without you. One of the hardest things to accept is that life doesn't stop just because you do. While you sit in the same place every day, the world outside keeps moving. Your old home, someone else lives there now. Your neighbors, they've made new friends. Your family, they're busy building their own lives. Example. I used to love Sunday dinners with my family, but now they gather without me. They tell me about it later, show me pictures, but I'm not part of it anymore. I'm watching life happen instead of living it. So, do I regret moving into a nursing home? Yes and no. There are things I appreciate: safety, medical support, but nothing replaces a feeling of truly being home, of being independent, of feeling like you still belong in the world. If this video made you think twice, hit that like button and subscribe, because more people need to hear the truth. And before you go, comment. I will cherish my independence. If this message touched your heart, thank you for listening. I hope this helps you make the right choice.